So can everyone sort of make that out? Yeah, roughly. Now, what's on top? Sorry? God. Okay, what's on the bottom? Scribble. Right? What's the difference between the two? Really think about this. What's the difference between the two? Because physically, from a material perspective, you have ink on the board and ink on the board. Right? And roughly the same amount of ink in both. So what's the difference between the two?
One's organized, one's disorganized.
Okay, it's organized, but what's there? What are you perceiving from that above lines?
Description of something.
Okay, description. But when you read that, can you read that firstly? Yeah? Okay, does that mean something? Okay, so what are you getting from ink on a board in the above example? Really think about this. Because I want you guys to think about it. I'm going to give you the answer, but I want you to really try to give me the answer for this. What are you receiving from the above that you're not getting from the one below?
The above makes sense.
It makes sense. Okay. So what you're getting in actual fact is information. Okay? Now this is something amazing. Right? And this, if you like, is a nail in the coffin for naturalism. What is information? What is information? There's something there which there is not present in the bottom one. Right? So there's an immaterial substance that's there that you're perceiving as human beings, which is not being perceived in the bottom example here. That's something amazing if you think about it. Where does that come from? Where do you get information from? Where do you get information from? From a mind. Every example of information we know stems from the human mind. Right? And I'll draw this point home basically. Think about this. Say if I came in earlier before you guys walked into this room, and imagine for a second that I didn't just put that up on the board now, right? And I said to you, you know what, I was annoyed. I was stuck in traffic, I was angry, I came in, I took this marker, I threw it at the board, the lid popped off, the pen nib hit the board, and it scribbled this what you call a word right now on the board, and it fell to the ground. Would you believe me? Who would believe me? Alhamdulillah, no one, right? So everyone's functioning fine here, yeah? You wouldn't believe this can happen by chance or as a result of a random accident, right? It can't. And that's 3 letters. G-O-D. That's 3 letters, brothers and sisters. Really think about this for a second. 3 letters you are not willing to accept. That 3 letters which contain information can arise by chance or at random, right? Now think about this. The DNA, the human genome, has 3.5 billion letters precisely sequenced in a chemical alphabet. 3.5 billion letters. Yet when it comes to the human genome, we have professors and scientists who are wanting us to believe chance, necessity. It just happened. Take a 3-letter word to a professor who says that and say chance, necessity. He'll tell you to go home. He'll kick you out of the institution. But when it comes to the human genome, chance and necessity. Why? It's right in front of us. This reality is right in front of us. The signs of Allah are staring us right in the face, but we deny them. We deny them. And there's this whole narrative that's out there with people that want you to deny these things. And they're deluding people. They want you to believe in hocus pocus, literally. And at the same time, they're trying to present Islam as hocus pocus. See the irony? It's crazy, isn't it? And this is why we need to empower ourselves, because there's people out there that believe this stuff. They believe that a 3-letter word can't come arise by chance, the information present there, but the information present in the DNA can arise by chance or at random. Where's the logic and rationality in that? There's none. It's hocus pocus, literally. And you know what's even more amazing? This can be developed further. Do you know that the DNA itself is not only a device which stores information, which contains this information. And the information present in DNA is something amazing. Because not only does it have the information there which is required on how to build a human being, right? Not only is that information there, but the information for those processes that take place throughout our lives, every single moment of our lives, the changing in cells, the things that are going on at that level, all of this information is present in the DNA. And it's self-sustaining. It's functioning itself. So you have the blueprint, which has been mapped out itself. And it's happening right now as we sit here. It happens at every single moment of our lives, throughout our lives, until we die. That's something fascinating. And the DNA itself is the greatest storage saving device that we know of. Literally, and it's amazing because after decades, centuries of research and science and toil and trouble and sweat, we've been able to develop things like the SD card and hard drives and so on and so forth, right? Compared to the DNA, they're nothing. Literally. See, according to 2011 statistics, and this is really interesting, they calculated that roughly the information and data present on Earth was about 1.8 zettabytes, right? That's a huge number. You can imagine how big that is, right? And it's probably much bigger now, right? This entire amount, or all of this information could be stored in just 4 grams of DNA. That's less than a teaspoon. Less than a teaspoon worth of DNA can store the entire data present on this planet. SubhanAllah, this is amazing. No one made this. Allah made this. No human being can construct anything like this. Do you know pins? You know you got those pins with little pinheads. The sisters probably know. You know you get small sort of pins with little coloured pinheads, small balls on the top, right? Now they're tiny, right? They're probably about 3 mil in diameter, yeah? Now that amount of DNA compressed together can hold enough books that if you were to stack them one on top of each other, one on top of the other, they will go from here to the moon 500 times over. This is the DNA. This is the sort of information we are being either not told, or either we are being told it, but in such a strange way that it just all arose by chance, at random. Hocus pocus, brothers and sisters, seriously.